Ciao Juventini, welcome back to the All Juve Cast channel where it's all Juve all the time, alright? I'm Alberto, I got all the latest news surrounding La Vecchia Signora. That's right, it's World Cup break, but the news doesn't stop. We are getting into Mercato madness. That's right, with the winter window approaching on January 2nd, all you are going to hear about during the World Cup break is the possibilities and opportunities available for Juventus to bolster their squad. I've got all of today's news, so let's get into it. Alright, friendly reminder to like the video and of course subscribe to the channel. Alright, now let's get into it. For a reminder, for Juventus during this World Cup break, they are going to be training still up until November 18th. Then they're going to take a break. They're going to take a break until December 6th. And then when they return from the 6th, basically until the 23rd, they are going to be taking part in friendlies and more further training, all right? So that's Juve's schedule right now during the World Cup break, all right? As far as the Mercato madness, it starts now. And it starts off with Marcus Thuram being a potential option for Juventus to bring in January, okay? So they're looking at this forward. For me, doesn't quite make a whole lot of sense until you start thinking about possibilities of maybe Juventus not taking Milik up on the obligation, and then I guess Di Maria parting ways. However, the biggest question mark is Allegri going to continue with this 3-5-2? The early reports are 4-2-3-1, but if 3-5-2 is the play, we have an obligation that's going to come into effect for Moise Kean. You've got Vlahovic, you've got Chiesa. It's already getting tight for spots and positions in a 3-5-2. Bringing in Thuram, would he go for that and not have the minutes probably he desires? It's going to be an interesting one, but I've always liked Marcus Thuram, and of course, he's son of Lilian Thuram, ex-Juventus player, all right? Now you have at right back Lyon's Malo Gusto, who has become an opportunity for Juventus to bolster right back position. I think this is the highest priority for Juventus, is finding an alternative to Juan Cuadrado, all right? So it'll be interesting to see, and there's going to be plenty of names and plenty of fullbacks thrown out there, but I think that is the one position we absolutely have to bolster for the second half of the season. Now, Vicario, Empoli's goalkeeper. Apparently, Juventus is going to make a move. They're going to sign him, but they're going to keep him there on loan. Vicario seems to be the one they're opting for the future at goalkeeper position, so all eyes on Vicario. Rick Karsdorp. Apparently, he has left Roma. There's been an outing with Mourinho and everything, and Juventus is still looking at him. These are the reports. However, last week, it was listed by Romeo Gresti that Juve had no interest in Karsdorp. I'm going to stick with Romeo Gresti. For me, Karsdorp's never really impressed me, and I hope we have more ambitious targets than Karsdorp. Okay, no disrespect to him, but not exactly getting me excited on that one. But again, I think this rumor is there's not much to it, seeing as how the big guys have said there's no interest from Juventus in Karsdorp. McKennie tops the list of Juve players to be sold. Okay, so there is interest from the Premier League. With Pogba coming back in the new year, it's going to be even harder for McKennie to get in, and that also includes the rise of Fagioli. So McKennie tops the list of being a sold. Rabiot, despite Adrian Rabiot's great performance over this first half of the season going into the World Cup break, he could potentially still be moved if an offer comes in, because Juve doesn't feel confident in an extension with the players. So this is going to be an interesting one to watch. I said this before earlier in the season. I say it again today. I would bite the bullet and lose him for free at the end of the season just to keep him around, because he's been big in the first half of the season for us, and we're going to need him down the stretch in the second. So I bite the bullet on that one. What would you do, though, Juventini? Now, we carry on. Man City has been scouting Rovella while he's playing at Monza. Simple explanation on this one from me is going to be non si tocca. Okay, so just back up. Leave Rovella alone. He is slated to be integrated into Juve's first team next season, okay? Cambiaso. The rumors circulating around Cambiaso are that he could return to Juventus in January. I don't technically believe that, but we will wait and see. Cambiaso maybe returns in January. Last, certainly not least, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. Apparently, Juventus can come up with 80 million euros, and that all the reports, all the signs lead to us making a big push for Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. Still being reported, Lotito wants to hold out for 100 million euros. Get ready for a whole nother Sergei Milinkovic saga, okay, if he will come or not. 80 million euros apparently Juventus can shell out for him. We had a little brief discussion on the last podcast about Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, and do you splash 80 million there, or do you spread it out better around the team? Where does he fit in, especially if we've kind of got an obligation to Pogba and have kind of made that decision there? Or do you still splash it, bring him in at all cost? You know the drill, Juventini. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, but let me know your thoughts on all the news as I just lay it out for you to play it out, all right? I'll be back for more updates throughout the World Cup, and of course we're going to have some fun World Cup shows following the performances of the Juve players throughout, all right? Fino alla fine, Forza Juve. Let me know what you think. Ciao tutti.